So this graph question has a lot of text. The answer choices are kind of long. Generally speaking, in the old SAT, the first thing I would try to evaluate with any chart or graph question is the accuracy of the choices. Do they actually say what the graph says? Now, it remains to be seen. We don't have a ton of materials yet. Maybe that won't be as valuable a strategy on the new SAT, but I'm going to try it here, and let's see what happens. So we're going to think just about the accuracy of the answer choices, right? Now, in order to do that, I need to see what kind of comes before them. And I'm just going to kind of focus here. One revelation of her work is that a general measure may not fully reflect uncertainty about specific areas of policy, as in the case of the United Kingdom, where general economic policy uncertainty. So they're talking about this, the dark black bar. Okay. General economic policy certainty. So what are they saying about the black bar? Well, it aligned closely with uncertainty about tax and public spending policy in 2005. So there's an idea, right? Up to here, that's an idea. 2005 is right here. And so did the black bar align closely with uncertainty about tax and spending? Well, that's this kind of other gray bar. So one's close to 100, one's maybe lower, like 90. Maybe that's close. Okay. But it differed from uncertainty about tax and public spending, same bar, by a large amount in 2009. So if we go to 2009, though, look, this bar here and this bar here are the two we're talking about. Those do not differ in any way. Those are basically the same. So this is just a false statement. This is not in any way accurate according to the graph. In 2009, these things are basically the same. In fact, they're closer than they were in 2005. So we got to make sure we're looking at the right bars, right? And they're kind of confusing. But if we do, these bars don't match what the line says. Let's look at B. So the general economic policy was substantially lower than uncertainty about tax and public spending policy each year from 2005 to 2010. So we're still looking at those same two bars, the dark black one and the kind of darkish gray one. So the first and third bars in each row. And so is it true that it was substantially lower? No. If anything, it was higher in some years. Look, 2006, the black is higher than the gray. In 2007, the black is higher than the gray. So this is also false. This is just not true based on the graph. In C, it reached its highest level between 2005 and 2010 in the same year that uncertainty about trade policy and tax and public spending policies reached their lowest. So where is the highest level for general economic policy? That's right here in 2010. So is that the same year that the other two reached their lowest levels? No. Look at it. This is higher. So this is also false. So it's probably D. Let's at least make sure it's true. Maybe we messed something up. That the general economic policy was substantially lower than uncertainty about trade policy in 2005. Okay, 2005 right here. The general economic is the black bar, and that is in fact substantially lower than the trade policy, which is this one right here. So that part is true. Okay. And it was substantially higher than uncertainty about trade policy in 2010. So here's 2010, and here's trade policy is this little one right here, and our black bar is definitely substantially higher than it. I would say that counts, and so D is the answer. Notice, I didn't even have to read this. Now, if we did, I'm sure that we could kind of prove it even further, but so far, we at least have one question where the accuracy of the choices is really what we're being tested on, not the relevance of the choices to the passage. We will have to see as more tests are released how the SAT balances this out, whether this strategy that I used will be a good one, but I at least want you to think about it because I think it's much easier to look at the heights of rectangles than it is to read this confusing thing about tax policy. So if you're with me, then we can try our best at first to think about the accuracy. In question number 10 in the section, it did not work that we did this, but at the very least, we have one example where some of the choices are just plain false. So hopefully that can help us understand whatever the heck is going on.